Worker falls 40 feet down hold working on Trump wall prototype. That's a hole-in-one for President Trump. Well, more like one in the hole. A construction worker who wasn't paying attention fell down a 40-foot hole at Trump's border wall prototype construction site in Otay Mesa on Wednesday. The man was digging in the foundation for one of the wall prototypes at the time. Apparently, a double layer of plywood was supposed to prevent these types of accidents from occurring. Workplace safety? Check. The worker was walking backwards and not paying attention to where he was going when he plummeted 40 feet down into the hole. Workplace safety? Uncheck. He was hoisted out of the hole and checked for injuries on scene. As he was okay, he got back to work. Construction of 8 wall prototypes began this week. 6 contractors from across the country have 30 days to complete their walls. As to who's going to pay for all this nonsense in the end, clearly, without a doubt, it's going to be Mexico. Can't get enough of walls? Keep watching. If you build it, they won't come. No, they'll still come. Construction began on 8 different border wall prototype designs on Otay Mesa on Tuesday. Contractors now have 30 days to complete their walls. 4 of the prototypes will be concrete, while the other 4 will be made of various materials. All of the walls will be between 18 to 30 feet high and 30 feet long. 6 contractors from around the country were picked to build the prototypes. Their bids range from $300,000 to $500,000. The border wall project is underway despite lack of congressional funding. Estimates for the cost of the border wall have ranged up to $38 billion. The Department of Homeland Security is planning to pay for the prototypes with internal funds taken from other programs.
Faith in humanity restored. This poor kitten in China got trapped behind a glass wall without food and water and was slowly dying. But luckily, a good Samaritan came to the rescue. Earlier this month, the cat somehow became stuck behind the wall in a building in the southwestern city of Chengdu. After a period reported to be 3 days, a karaoke receptionist saw the kitten. He looked around but realized there were no gaps available for him to pull the little guy out. So the receptionist called the building's property management office to ask for help. Building staff knew the glass wall was built between aluminum door frames and a load-bearing wall, so they dug out a tunnel to rescue the kitten. After the successful rescue, the receptionist decided to take the tired and hungry cat home and adopt it. However, despite the good news, we're still wondering exactly how did the kitten get trapped in the first place, and why it took 3 days for anyone to notice. Let us know in the comments if you got any bright ideas about that. Companies send in bids for the wall. Plans for the construction of the new U.S. border wall are making serious progress. Up to 450 businesses have put in bids to construct a wall along the U.S. border with Mexico. These bids include plans for solar panels on the wall, mesh wire fencing, and also a hyperloop. According to the San Diego Union Tribune, the Department of Homeland Security will narrow the submissions down to 20 by June 1st. After that, the companies will be asked to build prototypes on federal land. The DHS wants a 9.4-meter tall wall made of either solid concrete or with a viewing portion. It's estimated to cost at least $20 billion or much more. Trump's border wall would likely cost up to $40 billion. The MIT Technology Review questioned Donald Trump's claim that it will cost $12 billion to build a border wall between the U.S. and Mexico. According to MIT, that figure could go up to $40 billion. MIT Technology Review estimated that building a wall 50 feet tall, with 10 feet extended underground, with a length of 1,000 miles, would require about 9.7 million cubic meters of concrete, which costs around $9 billion. Since Trump has promised the wall will be reinforced with steel, it will need about 2.3 billion kilograms of steel, which adds another $4.6 billion to the cost. The addition of labor costs and other expenses brings the cost estimate to between $27 billion and $40 billion. Research firm Bernstein Research has calculated that if Trump's wall is 5 feet wide, 1 foot deep, and 1,000 miles long, it would require a total of 7.1 million cubic meters of concrete at a cost of over $700 million. It would also require around 2.4 million tons of cement at a cost of around $240 million. Moreover, labor, land acquisition, and construction payments could bring the cost of the wall to anywhere between $15 billion and $25 billion.